Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jay. He's Maddie. I don't know what just happened, but thanks for tuning in. We got a special guest for you today, Jabbawockee, the 170-pound kickboxing street beef scrapyard champion. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you giving us your time.
What's up, y'all? Swatty Cop. How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm even better now.
Yeah, good as always, man. Good as well. I mean, if you watch mine and Jay's last video, you'll understand that not always fantastic with everything else going on in the fucking world right now. But as of this moment in time, I'm okay.
Yeah, holding it down, huh? Keeping the vibes real positive.
Always keeping the vibes real, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everything's a little more strange for Maddie because he's a lot more closer to the conflict that's going on in the world than the rest of us. But
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, my girlfriend's even fucking closer. She's gone back to Latvia to go see her family at the minute, which is literally borders Russia. So I'm nice and stressed out. It's lovely. But
it's
they'll be fine.
Expected. Yeah, my brother actually just got back. Sorry?
And, so I'm a history teacher, and it falls down to the history teachers to teach this kind of shit for some reason. So I've been teaching lessons on the Ukraine crisis all week. So that's nice and depressing.
Man.
A lot of the stuff that we're doing is making sure the kids know that it's probably not going to be World War III. If he was going to attack NATO, he would have attacked it already and all that stuff. So I'm feeling a lot better. But yeah, it's really difficult. It's really difficult. Yeah. But yeah, so I've got my yellow on today.
Okay, I see you. Gotta keep them hopes high.
So, Jabbawockee, you just said your brother just came back?
Yeah, actually, my brother is enlisted in the army. He just got back from Ukraine, like literally a month ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. So he was training the soldiers out there, right?
Yeah, he was out there working hard. I think he was out there for almost 2 years.
Yeah. Wow. Like, because NATO did a big parade through Kyiv in August 2021, right, on Ukrainian Independence Day. So it might have been part of that. It's pretty fucking mad, man.
It's insane, mind blowing sometimes. You know, he chose the army. I chose fighting, though.
Yeah.
Different type of fighting. So speaking of you fighting, though, are you excited for the invasion coming up? Because I'm excited to watch your fight in the invasion.
Oh yeah, I got something to show.
So you're fighting WA?
I mean, whoever wants to fight me, I'm asking for a Muay Thai match because that's my style. That's my specialty. I've been asking for a Muay Thai match since I've been in Street Beefs, but they just have me kickboxing because of the rules for now, and that's all right. But whoever wants to face me Muay Thai,
yes. I know that Free Smoke said, and this is not me saying it, so Crazy Legs, I love you. He said he's going to put Crazy Legs away early, and then he wants you after your fight. He wants the second fight.
It's kind of hilarious because I'm traditional Muay Thai, and what comes with traditional Muay Thai comes with respect, and you respect who's been doing it longer than you, and you bow and things like that. Like even when I fight people and I do something wrong, I give them a bow. It's all about respect. So for him to be, talking, it's kind of amusing. I guess this is how things are done on social media, but I put my words in the gloves and I'm ready to go to work.
And the truth is, Free Smoke, Crazy Legs, I love watching all of you guys. So if those fights happen as a fan, right?
Yeah, we even win or lose, we got a few rematches if people are up for it. I love this style. Like, I love Crazy Legs. I get to train with him, and we get to spar a lot together and work on things together. So we're at TFW, solid team.
Crazy Legs fighting in those crazy onesies is what got me to watch. But then after you watch him, you're like, this dude put some work in.
Yeah, and he gets better each and every time. Like he punches harder, kicks harder, faster. Every time he trains, he works harder. We don't let him slack off. So I'm excited to see whoever Free Smoke's gonna fight. Free Smoke isn't bad himself, so I'm excited.
And he's just like Crazy Legs is just like a good dude, man. Like just
he's
a fucking decent guy, Just
like
we had him on the show, and he was like, you're one of the cooler guys. So he's
Crazy Legs, real cool.
Great. And how do you find that kind of crossover? So you were talking about how you're used to traditional Muay Thai, you show respect, you bow, that kind of stuff. Does it get to you when they're not respecting the way that you'd been trained and the way that you grew up?
Honestly, no. Honestly, no. It's a new era thing. Like a lot of people just do MMA. I just stuck to Muay Thai for a few years before I'm transitioning into wrestling, things like that. Trying to do it my own way on my own path. But yeah, like it's been like this for a little while. A lot of people, they just want to train. They just want to train, and they want to talk.
So I don't know if you know this, but I'm in a lot of like conversations. So you are actually a fan favorite of a lot of people out there.
Oh, thank
And
you.
what got you into street beefs? Like how did you decide I'm gonna go fight some street beefs?
Honestly, I haven't had a competition fight in 5 years, 5+ years. I used to do Muay Thai, and my last actual bout was a kickboxing title fight that I lost. And like I just worked throughout the years, and I did fishing in Alaska for a few years, and then I really wanted to get back in shape. Like people that saw me fight when I was at a younger age were like, man, you had a lot of potential and you could have done this. You could at least be coaching or things like that. And I have kids now, so it's for them. They're better than me, so I structure it for them. So it really was that I looked out Street Beefs. I was like, I want to fight. I know it's somewhere around here. And honestly, I met Thomas Castleberry at some fights that we were both watching, and he was just putting his hands up and had my daughter hitting his hands while they were in the audience, and I was up there watching the fight. And I was like, hey man, like you want to work together? He was like, yeah, we could work something out, get a training schedule. And he's the one who brought Street Beefs to my attention. And I was like, that's exactly what I'm looking for to get back in shape. Like I want to show what I can do. I want to show like what I got again, once again. So here I am, 4 fights in, 4-0, and I just had the belt. I just want to showcase Muay Thai.
Yeah, and how long have you been in combat sports? Like how long have you been doing this kind of stuff? Because Buddy, obviously we normally have another host, Buddy, who's not available today. But he said he saw a picture of you with a medal on in a cage where you're looking a bit younger. So how long?
Definitely. It's been a while, like 13 years. So I started when I was 17. I'm 30 now. So around there. And it's not like I started out and was super good or anything. I just started out with heart. And my trainer, a month after training, he was like, I'm going to throw you in the ring. I fought a 26-year-old. I lost it, but, kept it pushing since then. I had a fight next month, so I just, and my record is around 5-4 throughout the years. But, for now, I want to keep my AMI record up and then eventually go pro.
Very cool. I have to dip from fighting for a second because you said something. So I don't know why, but everybody lately that I've had on any of these shows at some point lived in Alaska, which is seeming very weird to me at this point. And how does one end up in Alaska, and how does one end up on a fishing boat in Alaska?
Oh, well, it was honestly hard times for me because it's just I was just at a rough point in time in my life and I couldn't get things rolling, but I was always a go-getter. That was always a part of me. And I never feared anything. So when like someone just was like, hey, if you get on this plane tomorrow, go to Alaska and you're down to work, will you go out there for months? And that, I didn't say no. And so I did that for around 2 to 3 years and it worked out good for me.
So did you like being in Alaska? Sorry, go ahead, Maddie.
Sorry, when you go on those fishing boats, are we talking like trawlers that you're out there for?
Trawlers, processors, yeah, like the things you see on the Deadliest Catch.
Okay.
We all drink at the bar together.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like we all at the same bar in Dutch Harbor.
Yeah, like long days,
long weeks. Yeah, 16-hour days, no days off, 25 to 30-hour offloads. Like, it's hard to talk about the work because it's so much.
I mean, Alaska is fucking stunning. That's
it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Biggest eagles.
So I like host a travel podcast, and we've had a few people on saying, "Oh, Alaska is the most beautiful place.
It
You've got to
is.
look at it from the sea. Like,
It
it's
is.
stunning.
Yeah, just wait. Even though you have to work early in the morning, just to wake up and go on deck, and you could see the sunrise, like, you know, every morning. It's beautiful.
So this is an odd question, probably, but what's it like trying to sleep on one of those ships?
The best. You sleep like a baby because you're floating up and down the whole time. No matter what noise the boat's making, you're gonna fall asleep. I mean,
When you
like,
get off the boat, do you feel like you're still on the boat for a while?
yes. And that's the worst part of coming home. Even like a month home, you get out the bed and it feels all stable. It's a different feeling.
That is not what I expected in this conversation. So I know we took a left turn, but I had to.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Everybody who's been on one of our shows lately, it seems like, has lived in Alaska at some point, and so that's very strange. So when you're fishing, where do you end up living when you're not on the boat? Where in Alaska?
So I go out on the water. We do well, actually I come back home. I do 3 months out there and come back home 3 or more months. So out there is on the boat the whole time. You only come to the dock to offload.
Okay.
So you go back out for 3 weeks to a month to go fishing, fill the boat up, come back to offload, go back out for a few months, and you come home.
That has got to be an insane life.
I mean, it's good if you really want some fast money too, though.
Right. Yeah. I met one other guy who I'm friends with now who used to do that kind of stuff, but like off in Maine, right? So I remember him bitching about it. I can't imagine how hard it was in Alaska because, you know, the rougher waters and different things. But yeah, no thanks. I'm good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've been
I
through
bet there's some
crazy
good
times.
fucking, like, fisherman bars in Alaska, though. Like, some places where there's some salty ass sea dog kind of people, you know, that
Yeah.
got some crazy stories.
The food, everything is just, it's all great.
Yeah. Let's
All
get
right,
back on to fighting. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say that too.
Yeah.
So when you started Muay Thai, what made you start that? Like, what as a young man were you like, hey,
Give me fit.
yeah, shout out.
To y'all.
As a young man, what made you go, I want to go out there and clinch with somebody and knee them till they cannot breathe?
Honestly, I grew up with a rough childhood, and I was kind of always fighting. I would get bullied on because I moved around a lot, and I was a charismatic person. So the people that were from the places that I went to, and I wasn't from there, they would try to pick on me. So I was always defending me and my little brother, but I didn't really know how to fight. I was just, just wailing. But really what put my eyes on Muay Thai was the movie Ong Bak, starring Tony Jaa. If you guys haven't seen it, you should check it out. He literally just knocks people out with knees to their face, So I was like, I watched Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, never knocked anyone out with a knee to the face. So that's a martial art I want to learn.
Okay. So, what was it like? Because it's got to be a different feeling from walking into a regular Muay Thai fight to walking into the cage at the scrapyard. Like, how's the difference in feeling there?
Well, for one, it was rough at the beginning because I gotta get accustomed to this weight and this lifestyle things. I did used to fight at 155, and now I'm walking, fighting at 170, 175. So, I feel a lot better than I did before in my first 2 fights. I felt real sluggish, but now like my training's back in order and everything. So it feels good. It just feels like home, like going in the backyard and just doing whatever,
Yeah, I mean, crazy ass home, like walking in the backyard into a cage and being some guy up. But yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, it's only 3 rounds though, 3 rounds.
So would you ever consider taking an MMA fight? Like, I know you're a Muay Thai kind of guy. Would you
yeah,
take
definitely. MMA? Then I got surprised. I'm gonna take boxing. I'm gonna take MMA. I'm gonna take whatever y'all want me to take. I'm gonna showcase because nobody can be here forever. So gotta put it out there. I got some wrestling skills. I got some strength. So,
well,
yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the community out at the scrapyard. Was that what you expected when you walked in? Because it's such an embracing community. All those guys are such great dudes, but yet you're all alpha males to the max.
Oh no, I didn't. Well, honestly, I didn't expect all the community be so tight, but it's pretty solid. I love the community. Like we got Team Pashotto and Fire Chicken holding it down, TFW, and I guess they're grouping up a team at Hammerhead and doing pretty well. But yeah, when I showed up, I just liked the vibes. It was all good. Everybody's communicating, and I known Viking Warrior for years, so me and him been sparring. Like we sparred a long time ago. We've been sparring, so I've kind of been like, it's hard to say. It's kind of been knowing like who was going to be there in a way, because he was already doing so well in the yard. So I kind of expected. I was like, all right, well, if Viking Warrior's out there, that's like my older brother. So
you're training over with those guys.
Yeah, definitely. Team Pashotto, TFW.
Team Pashotto. Shout out.
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah, Viking Warrior is a freaking monster. Jay Gotham's a monster.
Yeah,
like
Jay Gotham.
you're training with some straight monsters, so that's got to make you better every day.
Yes, sir. And we train each other hard for sure. We don't give, most of the time we don't take breaks. If we do, we taking breaks doing burpees.
That's a break?
Yeah, that's a real break. You do some burpees on your break. Or do some bicycles.
Rugby, that was our punishment. Burpees. Drop the ball. 20 burpees. Go. Fucking break.
See, I grew up playing hockey, and we did Herbies, and if anybody watched Miracle, they absolutely know what those are. Again, deadly. But I don't know how you call that a break, because a break for me after watching Viking Warrior online workout is to go lay down, because that dude just gets after
it. He's a beast for real. Yeah, you gotta keep going. If you want it, like you guys gonna realize who wants it more in Street Beefs is really going to show out. And I'm raising my kids, and I'm gonna grow them in the fighting community. I'm gonna teach them the right way, and I'm excited.
I think that's kind of shown on Street Beefs, though, right? Like with the evolution of Street Beefs, like when you first watch Street Beefs, it's just a bunch of guys who want to kick the shit out of each other. And then what they realize gets good views is just random dudes just stepping into a ring and having a fight, no training, all of that kind of stuff. And now it's a breeding ground for the pros. Like now it's a great place to kind of click your teeth. Like if you wanted to fight, but left it too late because you had other shit going on, then it's a great place to see if you could have ever made it. If you're a young fighter who hasn't got his break, it's a great place to get eyes on you and go fight. I think that kind of shows in your evolution. The people who want it are still around in Street Beefs and are using Street Beefs to the best of their ability. Guys like Big Smile, like they're the people who are like using that shit to like press their career.
You hit it right on the head. It's definitely evolving. And it's going to just get greater from here. We're going to keep training harder from here. I'm sore right now. Got training tonight. I'm not going to stop. Like, I may have 2 fights before the Scrapyard invasion. Maybe just 1, but I'll be ready.
So behind your head, I see the white mask. I see that in your pictures at Street Beefs.
Oh, yeah.
So where did that come from? And I think it's dope with that picture with you and the belt and that mask on.
Oh, you like it? Honestly, yeah. Jabbawockeez is a dance group from California that I've been following and for years, and I dance myself, so it's probably what gives me more style in the cage and in the ring. You gotta have the rhythm. So I love dancing, and if I wasn't fighting, I would be dancing. Always being active. So I use the mask because it's a brotherhood thing. So we don't take names. We're all Jabbawockee.
Okay, that was one of Buddy V's questions that you just asked, so we didn't even have to ask it. That's some good lead in right there. He was wondering where you got the name, but who did the logo? Because the logo is dope too.
Oh yeah, my guy Fred from Team Pashotto. If you guys
shout out Fred.
Yeah, shout out Fred. You guys need your logos done? You guys hit him up for a small fee. He'll get it done in a few days. You did great, by the way.
Yeah, it was awesome. When I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah, that's going on the promo. Like, I got to get
I
that
like
in
how
there.
you did the promo, too. Yeah. Everybody's elevating and involving, though. Like, I love how Fire Chicken's doing his edits with the videos, you know, so.
We love all of Street Beefs, and we do. That's not taking away anything. But when we started, Scrapyard embraced us right away when Maddie and I started podcasting, so we can't thank them enough. Steve, Fire Chicken, shout out, because he has been so great. But the production level of the Scrapyard has got everybody beat.
Astonishing in a way, like surprising.
The other guys can kind of look at that and say, oh yeah, this is some shit that we should probably be doing as well. Like this kind of high production value, like the guys who get millions on every view. So like the OG Yard, like you've got to get some sort of production value going. Like Scrapyard has raised the game. I really do think that it's my favorite one to watch easily.
Yeah.
OG
Yeah,
Yard
we're going
stepping up. The OG
Shout out
Yard
Jimmy
stepping
Fit.
up. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Shout out Jimmy Fit though. I like his boxing. I see him getting better every time too.
Yeah, the OG Yard's getting better, and the problem I think West Coast has is that they can't have a set place for their fights. They always have to keep moving it, so it makes it harder for the production value or to get a cage out. But those dudes are out there doing it. Like I got a lot. Mustache, shout out Free Smoke. You know, Nasty Native's a bad dude who I want to see fight the Terrifier really bad.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's gonna be a good one too. They might do it too this year. Let's do it before the year ends. Let's do it. Get ready for next year.
I kind of love that you have these guys that are big names in every yard, and you can kind of like most people are talking Anthony Joshua. Well, not Usyk at the minute, but Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, that kind of stuff. But you have those kind of like obviously they're at a lower level, but you have those kind of figures in Scrapyard. Like that you have those kind of guys who are at the top of each division, and you can kind of get with your mates and say, oh, this guy would fight that guy and this guy would win and all of that kind of stuff. And you like have a chance of actually seeing it now. It's something that you want to do, like Shinigami and Big Smile were the kind of people who cross yards in the biggest ways and those kind of things. And now it's a real thing that a lot of people are wanting to do.
Exactly. And it's so much love too. I like how there's like a lot of respect and everybody is, you know, getting along. The groups are doing fine. You know, you got to count your blessings while they're here.
And I also want to give a shout out to Sunshine Trash because she does a great job of moderating those, getting any trolls out of the group, making sure everything stays positive. The way they work that, I just shout out. And the fact that I love the way that they set up the groups, like there's going to be no disrespect in here. We're all fighters. But you realize that the people who usually disrespect aren't fighters. The fighters never disrespect. It's always somebody who's not a fighter who has something to say.
Yeah, true. Because fighters, we usually exhaust ourselves. Like most of the time we're too tired for that.
Plus, you're all blinded. You're all working for the same thing. Even if somebody's at a lower level, you respect what they're doing. There's such a respect and a brotherhood there. But I was going to say this. You fought before Street Beefs. You had fought before. The Street Beefs make it a lot easier for a guy to get fights because I see like a lot of amateur promotions fall through and guys can't get on the card. And it's like you got to know somebody to get somewhere.
I mean, yeah, it's like half and half. Like nowadays you have to travel, especially you're pro, you have to travel a lot. And then it's a lot of like, you know, restrictions in some areas like. But Street Beefs is pretty much, I mean, I would say it goes half and half, I would say. Especially when it comes to amateurs. Not so much when it comes to pro. Like it's hard to find pro fights, but when it comes to amateur fights.
Yeah, because it just seems that like guys like Jordan Showtime Harrington has had the worst luck with his amateur fights.
Yeah, he has a real tough time finding him a solid fight in a venue to fight at.
And I need to see more of Jordan. So like they
Yeah,
need to get
we all
that
do.
done. Like I need to see more of him.
And besides him punching me in the face, I'm down. Yeah. Yeah, train with him too. Like love sparring with him. Like love, we get to put our styles to the test, you know. Love sparring with everyone.
You train with Shiloh too then?
Yeah, when Shiloh comes around, like once every other month sometimes. But yeah, he comes around, and Shiloh, yeah, I'm trying to teach him all how to Muay Thai clinch, and they're teaching me the wrestling moves.
Yeah, those two dudes are such great dudes. I enjoyed talking to them.
Yeah,
And
they're
so,
great.
Yeah.
like, I really follow a lot of what happens with like guys like them and Big Smile. And there's guys I think are going to do some big things out of Street Beefs. Like Baby Hulk's awesome to watch what he's doing, you know. So it's really cool to watch these guys. You almost feel like, you know, they don't know you, but you feel like you know them.
Exactly. And I love how like it's way easily accessible on YouTube. Because like a lot of people have been wanting to see me or saying they're gonna see me fight. No excuse. I'm on YouTube now. No excuse.
I don't know how many people showed up for the premiere of that Terrifier Jay Gotham fight on YouTube, but there was a lot of us in the chat.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of us.
You got a guesstimate?
Over 20 to 30 that I could notice just live off the premiere.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it could have
that's
been
what I'm talking
higher.
about.
I could be off. But that's how many people it seemed like were having conversations in the middle. And that fight didn't even go that long. And, you know, people were just having conversations. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah.
That's like just 20 to 30 people chatting as well,
Yeah.
not like actually they're watching.
Yeah, it wasn't even started yet.
Yeah, what they're doing with those views. So I always say this, but people don't realize it, I don't think. If you go to the Street Beefs OG Facebook page or YouTube page, they have over 2.5 million subscribers. If you put that in perspective, Pat McAfee is the biggest sports show on the internet, and he only has 1.5 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy what Street Beefs is doing. So are you a guy who follows the UFC and other like promotions?
Yeah, I'm a fighter at heart for sure. I'm watching fights right now. Actually, I'm watching Glory Kickboxing.
So
like, it's a way to get better.
I gotta ask, who you got this weekend, Kobe or Masvidal?
Man, I might get some backlash for this, but I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go with Masvidal for sure. I know Kobe. He mad pressure going to be all up in his face. He going, man, but yeah, I'm gonna go for Masvidal for sure.
Okay, I took Kobe. I am not a fan of Kobe Covington. His mouth drives me absolutely insane. I know he does it for the money, so I'm not mad at him.
Yeah, I'm not worried about his mouth.
But he drives me insane. I think the only way Jorge wins is if he gets him with a 3-piece and a soda. Because I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, honestly. Because he's definitely going to get out wrestled, but it might depend on their cardio.
And I feel like he took everything Usman had and didn't drop till his jaw got broke at the end of the 5th round. I mean, Kobe can take a beating as much as I don't like him. Yeah. So I got Kobe, but I'm okay either way as long as
he's a brute. Yeah, like, Kobe is a brute. I wouldn't want to fight him. He kind of reminds me of Chael Sonnen in a way.
Sorry, man. Sometimes when guys chat so much shit, they just end up getting fucking smacked. Like it's like there's so many YouTube compilations out there of guys chatting shit, and then it gets into the ring and they get their fucking head knocked off. And when you chat as much drivel as that guy, I mean, I'm rooting for him to get his head knocked off. So I'm hoping that'll. Yeah. I'm hoping that'll work.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully he gets that 3-piece with a biscuit.
Well,
I've never fucking heard that saying before, by the way. Is that like an American?
He said
Send it over there. Yeah, it's definitely American. Send it over there.
Yeah, but it's what Jorge Masvidal says. I gave him a 3-piece and a biscuit or a 3-piece and a soda.
Mm-hmm. Like, he from Street Beefs too, you know. Y'all know he from Street Beefs, so we got rep.
Yeah, he grew up backyard brawling with Kimbo Slice.
Yep. Oh, so, yep. Way
what
back.
do you think of Rafael dos Santos taking a fight on 4 days' notice?
Uh, honestly, I love him as a fighter. Like, he's actually impressed me in most of his fights. You know, he has good jiu-jitsu, he has good cardio. But him taking a fight on 4 days' notice, you know, that's gonna be real tough on him. You
I
didn't.
wonder what kind of payday they threw in front of him to get him to take that fight, too. Dana was probably like, bro, I'll give you this huge chunk of money to just step in.
Yeah, Dana's begging at this point because his
That's,
champs are just so good right now. We gonna get, his champs are so good right now. So he's paying people to fight.
yeah, I'm really excited for the Kevin Holland Alex Overeem fight. That's the one I like.
Oh yeah,
Oliveira fight. Sorry, Oliveira.
Oliver. Yeah.
I like both of those dudes. They're close in age. They're vets of the UFC. We both know what to expect from them, but I have no idea who to pick to win. So I've been going back and forth. So my pick ended up being Hollins. I'm just riding with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Charles.
Okay. And then I'm just going to bring this up. I hope Greg Hardy gets his face smashed in just because he tried to kill his girlfriend. So what's next for you, though? Like you said, you got some stuff that you want to do before the invasion.
Oh,
so what's coming up?
Actually, I got a Muay Thai fight coming up on the 18th, so I'm training for that. A little bit. I'll be doing my Muay Thai class tonight, and so that's sanctioned. So while I'm doing Streetbeef, I'm still doing sanctioned to get my MMA record up, so I could fight for a belt and then talk about going pro. Because you know, if it's right there, I'm gonna take it. So that's what I plan. That's this month, and then April, I'll probably be back in Street Beefs and be ready for May.
So you think that'll be kickboxing, or you don't care when you go back to the street beefs?
Oh, in April?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I'll even do boxing if someone wants to box.
Nobody wants to box you if you're training with Viking Warrior and Jay Gotham because they know you know how to box then. You ain't getting in the ring with those two if you don't know how to throw them things.
I mean, but I'm like, who has the 170 belt? I'm kind of looking at the 170 boxing belt.
Okay. Who is, do you know offhand who that is?
I don't.
Okay.
But, you know, might have to show some boxing skills.
Isn't that Viking Warrior actually, isn't he the 170 boxing champ and the 185 MMA champ or vice versa or something
Yeah, he's 185.
Okay.
And on 170 MMA.
Okay. I knew he had both belts and just flipped them on which weight.
So I'm gonna get a double belt too. We're gonna be double champs in TFW.
Would you be a guy who's willing to fight one of your friends and training partners or no?
I'd pass. We just train too good and we train too hard. Like, you know, it's not even worth it.
It would be hard for me, so I completely understand that. Like, I would not want to punch somebody I train with, you know, in a regular fight, because training, you're not trying to go all out or hurt somebody. And I'm not saying you get into the cage with the idea I'm going to hurt this man permanently, but you're in there going, I'm going to give this dude a beating so I win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like training with Viking Warrior and Jay Gotham, there's got to be a lot of times where you're just kind of throwing down and like you can't just go in there and think, oh, you're my mate. Like those guys aren't holding back, so I imagine you can't hold back either.
Yeah.
I've
Maybe
seen
it's just getting so many hard fights that you know who's gonna fucking win, or you like that kind of shit. Like you've already proved yourself to each other. You don't need to do it in front of everybody else.
Yeah, we work on each other's crafts every time, and we get better every time. We always learn something new. We always give each other good tips. You know, it's a good family. I'm actually very happy to be here. The year started out great.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot quick, and there's no wrong answer, but just from you being out there, give us one scrapyard fighter that you think everybody should keep their eye on going forward.
I would say Turtle.
I like Turtle, yeah.
Cause he's taking it just like I'm taking it. He's about to really focus on his career after the street beef. So focus on him, support Turtle. For real. This is last year in Street Beef, so whoever like hanging it up, you know, I support them, like, cause it's hard being fighters. You go out there and you put your life on the line, you put your body on the line, and you're performing for people. So, you know, if you're doing that and you're progressing, and you see people doing that, support them.
Yeah, and this is just to all people who love street beefs. Make sure you enjoy Terrifier while you have him, because in August the Street Beef Scrapyard doesn't have him anymore because he's going to Hawaii. He'll still keep fighting, but everybody should appreciate him while they have him too.
Yeah, true. Very true words. Yeah,
All right,
Terrifier.
We won't keep you all day, but is there anything else you want out there? Like, man, what's your social media? People want to follow you because that's a big thing.
Follow me on Street Beefs _ Jabbawockee. I don't check my Instagram every day, but I'm trying to be on there more often because people are starting to follow. So that's where I'll be at. But thanks for your time, guys. I get to go train now.
Wait, I just have one last question before you go. What do you think out of all the fights you fought? Because people are going to watch this and go back to YouTube now. What was the one that you thought was the most enjoyable or exciting for people to go check out?
Oh, against my last fight in the scrapyard against Panda Man. Panda Man's a great fighter, and yeah, he caught me slipping in the second round. Like, I put some music on him in the first round, but he caught me slipping with a head kick in the second round, and so I had to adjust my game a little bit, and I had to had to show him a little style and specialty in the third round to secure the win. But definitely excited to see him fight again.
Well, I'm really excited to see you fight again. You're a very exciting fighter. I enjoy watching you, and I was very excited when you agreed to come on. So thank you very much for giving us your
time. All right. Cheers, man. See you later.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Well, he's a really nice guy, Maddie, and I really enjoyed talking with him. And watching him fight, I didn't expect him to be as not that I ever think these guys are going to be rude or disrespectful, but he seems a lot more
laid back.
He's a lot nicer than what I expected. I thought maybe more of but none of that.
Yeah, he was more laid back, a bit more mellow, just easy talking. Like Viking Warrior, fucking great guy, great interview, really nice guy, really fucking intense dude as well. You could tell with Viking Warrior, that's not to sound mean or anything. That's
a compliment. That dude is what he is. He's a monster, but he's a nice monster.
Yeah, exactly. He's a good guy. It's just you can tell that there's an intensity level there with everything he does, even when he's talking to you. Jay got him, really, 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 really good dude. But also at points, just a bit fucking mental, but in a really good way, in a British way. Really fucking mental is a good thing in a British way. Whereas Jabbawockee, chilled out dude, really mellow, and then gets into the ring and goes mental instead.
Yeah, and can you picture this? So the fact that they all train together, right? That's a bad group you don't want to mess with. But so Jay Gotham and Viking Warrior have been friends since they were knee high to a duck, right? Whatever. They told the story on Scrap Talk. And by the way, everybody, make sure you check that out. That's a bi-weekly podcast on Heart in the Fight. These guys are awesome. Make sure you check out Scrap Talk podcast on Heart in the Fight. But no, so, okay, you got Jay Gotham, you got Viking Warrior sitting in a bar together. Last two people you're going to pick a fight with.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a dumbass drunk, so I probably would pick a fight with them and get sent straight to the fucking hospital. Straight fucking way. Not a chance. Not a chance. I have some fighting news that I want to quickly talk about, and then we'll do Buddy V's Fight of the Week, hosted by Jay, and then get out of here. Yeah?
Go ahead. All right. Bring it to it.
All right. The fighting news that I want to talk about is the Klitschko Brothers and Usyk. They're the three people that I want to highlight today. I also want to highlight Tyson Fury and what he said about Usyk. So Tyson Fury has posted on his social media about Usyk saying, about the Klitschko Brothers. It was about the Klitschko Brothers saying, I took all these belts from you and you didn't have the heart to come back out and fight me. and all of this shit. And then a week later, the Klitschko brothers are rifle in hand, ready to fight Russia for Ukraine. I think that's absolutely incredible. These guys are millionaires multiple times over. And I'm pretty sure it's Vladimir Klitschko. I'm not sure whether it's Vitaly or Vladimir, but one of them is the mayor of Kyiv, and he sat on the front lines with the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, at the minute, getting ready to fight the Russians whenever they decide to come into the city. I think that's incredible. And Usyk, even more incredible, gets crowned heavyweight champion of the world, and then 3-4 months later, instead of heading to Monaco and spending all that money on whatever the fuck he wants with a few Russian oligarchs on a yacht and just taking the easy way out, as soon as he hears there's Russian troops amassing on the border, he goes back to Ukraine, and all three of them are there, rifle in hand, ready to fight. And I think that's a more important fight than any other fight they'll have in the rest of their lives. And I think it's amazing. Shout out to them.
Definitely.
And all sports players who are doing the same kind of, like the Dynamo Kyiv team have all signed up to fight at the front and things like that as well. And yeah, incredible from them.
So I don't want to play Captain Save-A-Ho here, but for Tyson Fury's comments, I think he was trying to goat people into a big payday fight to come back out, right? I don't think he would have doubled down on it now. You know what I'm saying?
No. Sorry. I mean, it sounded like he was saying it right now. No, that's a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, like that kind of shit, like before any of this kicked off. So no, obviously not. Tyson Fury's a good fucking dude. I wouldn't be surprised if he would be on the front lines if the UK was under attack. Like, same shit, like, really good dude. I don't think he was doing it on. I don't think he would say anything about it now. Maybe coming out and saying fair play to the Klitschko brothers for doing what they're doing might not go amiss, just to make sure to dispel any of those rumors and things like that. But fair play to those three guys, and fair play to everybody out in Ukraine. Thoughts and prayers. I guess that's what.
Yeah, T's and P's, definitely. T's and P's, definitely.
Yeah.
So before we get to everybody's favorite segment, and I hope I do it justice, we got a word from our boy Cuzzo at Overtime Hustling.
What up, y'all? This your boy Cuzzo, host of the Chronicles podcast, and also the host of Overtime Reactions. And let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all make sure to go check out Yankee and the Brit Sports Talk. Them guys are knowledgeable. They have good content. Go support them, man. Go check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and definitely tune in to MMA Underground Weekly, man, where they have guests, great commentary, let you know about upcoming events, promotional material, all that, man. Go check them out. Yankee and the Brit, what up? Salute from your boy Cuzzo. Holla.
Holla, Cuzzo. All right. So, Maddie, before I get to Buddy V's fighters to watch, I have to bring this up. So, Heart in the Fight did a great job of doing a press conference for the upcoming BLK Prime fights, which is Streetbeef guys, right? And then mostly, and then Scarface and One-Eyed Wolf in the main event. So our boy Mustache, who does Mark Out podcast for us, and this is no disrespect to Man in the Mirror because that kid is tough as nails, and he did a good job on his own too. But Mustache is older. Mustache dropped a WWE style promo on that. I gotta say, it was pretty funny. I know he's a big pro wrestling guy, but those two did a good job of going back and forth. I don't know Man in the Mirror personally. I just know him because I follow him on Facebook and that he is Scarface's son. This kid can fight. If I'm wrong on his record, forgive me, but I think he's 4-0 as a young man, just getting in there. And I think he just fought a dude that actually had way more fights than him and stuck it to him too. But I just have to say that was a pretty good promo. They went back and forth. Anybody who missed that press conference, though, go check out the Heart in the Fight press conference for BLK Prime on YouTube. Because, yeah, it was a good one. Not just them. A bunch of people went back and forth. But the way Mustache made me laugh, I had to bring that up.
Yeah, and I mean, bit of a showman, as you'll see if you watch the Mark Out podcast with us, with them on our umbrella channel thing.
So, Maddie, I'm going to try to do this some justice, but we're going to hit everybody's favorite segment of the week.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
All right, guys, these are probably fighters you already know, but I want you to watch them because I think they have bigger things coming for them in their future. And the first guy I'm going to throw out there is Streetbeef West Coast and Streetbeef Scrapyards, the Canadian. I think the Canadian is going to do a lot of things, and it might not even be just in combat sports. I know he's an aspiring actor. I know he's great on podcasts, and I know when he gets in the ring, he gives it his all. He puts in all the work, even beyond boxing, and I think he might be able to go somewhere beyond boxing. I think this man has a bright future in entertainment, so I feel like the Canadian is one of the fighters that everybody should be watching.
Yeah, man, very different way of looking at this than Buddy, but I'm digging it. I'm liking it.
And I'm not the fight guy, so that was me coming because with Buddy not being here today and me picking up the slack on this one, and you got his questions in, it felt like Buddy was here, so I hope I do it justice. And the second fighter I want everybody to watch because I think you will see him outside of Street Beefs one day is Free Smoke. And we had talked about him before, and I love Free Smoke, and I get that Jabbawockee comes from the old school MMA respect, that kind of thing. I grew up in the Chael Sonnen, Tito Ortiz, Conor McGregor. Let's make it hot. Let's shoot off some fireworks. I love Free Smoke because Free Smoke is a nice guy, will tell you exactly what he thinks, and he will tell you to fuck yourself in a heartbeat and back it up. I am a big fan of Free Smoke.
I'm always happy with people who tell me to fuck myself as long as they can back it up, to be perfectly honest. And from what I've seen of him in terms of the way he chats to people, I get why it rubs some people up the wrong way, like if you're from the old school, but we're members of the press, media, that kind of thing. And yeah, not quite yet. We're getting there. But we're in the entertainment side of the business. So anybody who's remotely fucking entertaining is going to help us out a lot more. It gives us a lot more to chat about. So hopefully he'll make it as well.
And they are some alpha males. And him and Terrifier got into it in the comments one day. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I love both of you dudes, but the weight difference and the size of Terrifier. Free Smoke didn't back down at all, man. I was just like, okay, all right. Hat tip to you.
Yeah, Terrifier loves to have a go at people over the phone as well. I fucking love that. Like, he'll attack you with some social media shit whenever he wants to. It's very easy when you're that size, though.
Yeah, and you can back it up because the dude can definitely fight. So, but all right, guys, I think we wrapped it up today. We got through it. Very little technical difficulty, so that's all right. And just thanks for watching and stay tuned for next week. And I'm pretty sure Buddy V's got a special guest for us, but I won't pop that out there yet. And make sure you guys turn up this week for Overtime Reactions with Cuzzo Live. Our boy Buddy V will be on there. Steve's Fire Chicken will be on there. Anomaly, and there might be others. If I'm forgetting somebody, I'm sorry. But don't forget to check out their season finale live this Sunday. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And make sure you don't miss that, you guys. Those guys put a lot of work into that show. Steve and them do a lot of good for everybody. And Cuzzo is just amazing. So make sure we get out there and support them all. One world, one love. Deuces.
Cheerio.